schedule your time, and you best know that you best get out your bed because you got stuff to do, because no one else ain't going to knock your door. As I said, they don't care. In fact, they're waiting for you to fail. I will just repeat that again. So if you have to start getting into time management and being organized and saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and don't let your friend, whoever it is, saying, just you can take that time off and, just come out to play with me, because that was a joke between my friends, and it always used to be, you coming out to play this weekend kind of thing. Well, no, I can't. And that's when people started getting annoyed with UK, whereas I have lost many friends because either I didn't have the money to go out and play, quote unquote, or I was constantly working, trying to better myself so that in future maybe I could go out and play. But people don't understand that, because if they ask you a few times to come out and play, as it were, like go to the cinema or whatever, go out raving, and you keep saying no because you're trying to work and be an entrepreneur, or just keep yourself together. Hello. Because for me it was mostly survival. I'm just going to put it on the real, people. But if you keep saying no, people get fed up and they stop asking you, and that's when you realize, okay, they weren't really truly my friend, because I don't always have to go out with you for us to be friends. But some people see it that way. They're like, I need to see you physically, regularly, for us to be, considered friends.
Well, part of that to me is, and I have the same opinion of it, because I really have to regulate how much work I'm doing, because there has been comments in my own life where, well, you work all the time.
Oh, God.
Or I didn't want to disturb you because you were working. I have to understand that, and I have to regulate it, because as we have mentioned, being an entrepreneur, you work 80 hours just like we posted. You work 80 hours a week so that you don't have, or more, much more, so you don't have a 40-hour a week job. And you as an entrepreneur, it is so easy to get on a project and it just gets intense, and you you lose track of time. But so you have to regulate it. You have to have. I use cell phone alerts all day. I'm always leaving myself a note. Make an appointment to call so and so. Stop work at this time. Put the food on for that.
Yes.
I have to.
Yes. Oh my God, that's me. I'm just like, oh my God. People laugh when they see how many devices I have sort of like around me, but it looks like chaos. But to me, it's organized chaos, because I know exactly what is for what, and what I'm going to be doing, and that's for that, and that's for that, and that's for that, and that's here, and I'm going to do this at this time, and blah blah blah. I mean, people. But again, that organizational thing, that came from being a temp and hearing around the world. It was like starting a new job every day. Sometimes I could be, every day of that week I could be in somewhere different, or sometimes I could be working somewhere for 2 weeks. But I remember, I must share this story with you, Kara. It's so funny. I remember years ago, when this is before smartphones, people, so the handheld, the normal diary that people write in. And I had one of those, and this is when I was temping, and I remember somebody caught a glimpse of it, and she went, "Oh my God, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, that's my diary." She went, "Oh my God," sort of thing, because it was just covered in Post-it notes, right? But I knew exactly what it was, and I was completely aware. But her face, she was like, "How the hell do you know? How do you stay organised?" She goes, "How do you get anything done?" And I said, "Well, that's what the Post-it notes are for. That's just little reminders and stuff like that." But I was on top of it. But other people looked at that and they just thought, that's completely crazy. They said, how can you go and do so many different things? But that wasn't my choice. It was by necessity, because I was, as I say, trying to do other things. And it's like you're always fighting with yourself, trying to make sure that you can fit in the time to, for example, go into the studio or do this and do that and write songs. And like I said, in my lunch break when I was a temp, I used to be writing songs. I did it. Just crazy, but I did it, kind of thing. And
well, but that's not. But that you said something that I need to stop you on, because people think it's crazy. But being an entrepreneur is not crazy. You're focused, and you just have this. Oh man, let me work on this. And people.
Yeah, I used to take 15, 20 minutes, write some song, and then think, oh, I've got to stop. I've got to go back to work. Then I'd stop. Sometimes I would tell them the truth, and other times I wouldn't. I'm just going to be honest, because some of them are a bit nasty and nosy. So I thought, let me just tell them I'm writing a shopping list or something like that. People out there, you're going to be laughing if you've had to do that, because people are just too nosy and they want to be in your business. Let us know at Ask Avani Show if that's happened to you. Oh yeah, because they're not supporting you. They're being nasty. Like, they ask you, you know, what are you doing? And when I used to say, yes, I'm a singer and I write songs and that's what I'm doing, and you'd get the she thinks she's too nice type thing. No, you asked me, so I told you. Okay, in future I ain't gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you something else, because you're too nosy anyway. So why should I share anything?
Well, but that's the funny part about this thing that we as entrepreneurs do. You have to basically, you have to take a lot of criticism and a lot of opinions from people that don't have any idea what you really are trying to accomplish. And as an entrepreneur, you're going to have one or two reactions. It's going to grind on you, and it's going to break you down, and you're going to eventually stop, which is it's happened. Or you use it as fuel to keep you going. Like, okay, well, they don't really know how to write songs, and I'm not going to bash them because I know I love doing this, and I'm going to make money from this.
I don't have to know notice of them. I just have to be. I'm just letting people know. Listen, I don't take no notice of nobody, especially when they're negative and bad mind. Because over here we say bad mind don't prosper, innit? So don't take no notice of them. If they're gonna tell you that, please don't listen to them, because they're just nasty and they're just bad mind, and we don't care for that. And anyway, they're jealous because I just sent you another picture quote, K-Rose. 7 reasons you are not an entrepreneur. So if anybody gets in your face, all of you budding entrepreneurs out there, and they want to start telling you any foolishness, this is one you might want to share with them. We are sharing this, because Share Saturday. Number 1, you are a entrepreneur if you consider yourself to be an established business, but we already know you're not yet. And you have business cards, you have a set of t-shirts, but you don't have no paying customers. Okay. Yes. Number 2, you don't copy the successful people, i.e. you look at the wheel and you think, I can reinvent that. No. 4, you don't mastermind, because basically an entrepreneur has lots of ideas. If people are trying to steal your ideas, steer clear of them. So we don't want to mess with them. People who think they are smarter than you because they think, A+, that's what they think in their tiny little mind, but in reality it's actually an F mark they're getting for their whack ideas. But anyway, they are selfish and they want 100% of something instead of 50% of something, because basically, I'm not being funny, how can you have 100% of nothing? What is that? A big fat nothing, isn't it?
I am biting my tongue so much this morning.
People say they don't test the sales because basically they're not looking at what their client or customers would want. They're just pushing stuff out there and saying, yeah, the customer wants this, and this. Well, no, if you maybe did a bit of research and a little bit of, trying to analyze some data, you might actually get a better idea, and then that way you can hone your ideas and hone your skills and skill set so that you can provide what people actually do want, as opposed to just bombarding them with stuff and wondering why you ain't making no sales, innit? Anyway. And the last one on here says, and I think everyone else out there knows somebody who's like this, it's just a little bit too emotional. So every time they get a failure, it's like the world has come to an end, isn't it? And that can't work because, well, okay, if it works for you and you think it works for you, good luck. But you ain't going to get very far because people are going to steer clear of you if you come across too, kooky and emotional and, K-Rose, you know what I mean, innit?
And that's why, as I started the show, I said everyone should not be or try to be an entrepreneur. And I had never heard the term wantrepreneur before. Yes,
I hadn't either, but I found it and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, it is. And there are a lot of people in the industry that you and I are in as far as entertainment. There are a lot of people who will get business cards. They're big on T-shirts. They are huge on a group T-shirt for such and such record label. And then they get on social media or on business cards. Then they portray themselves of CEOs, and most people don't even understand what that acronym means. They just know that it means I'm the head of a business. Okay?
Yeah, the boss. I'm the boss.
I'm the boss, and they don't even have a corporation set up. Oh, Lord. But they'll say I'm So Hot Records CEO. Well,
yeah.
You haven't even gotten an LLC put together, let alone a DBA. You don't even. So I'm not even saying you have a corporation because you don't. But you're a CEO. How are you the chief executive officer of a non-company?
Oh, they do make me laugh, you know.
And you can be. I guess you can be an executive officer of whatever you want to be. I can be the chief executive officer of my home.
Yes!
If I want to be, but from a business structure, if I go to a major record label and I say I am, John Johnson, CEO of I'm Too Hot Records, and then they go and they look and Too Hot Records is not a business entity, that's a strike against me.
Well, yeah. See, this is the thing, people. You want people to take you seriously when you're saying you're an entrepreneur. So, not so much talking, a lot more action, okay? We just want to see. We need to see. And I have to say this because it's true. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm going to say it. We ain't trying to put you off, people. Okay? We are trying to encourage you. But...
Well, I am.
Okay, roses.
Some people, not everybody. I'm playing, but some people I am trying to stop you from getting in my way because you're out there cluttering up the road. In the States, our roads are a little bit bigger than they are in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
Just natural streets and things like that. If there are two, as I call them, hoopties on the highway, 2 or 3 of them, and we've got a 4-lane highway, and there are 3 hoopties that are like broken down. And that for people that have to have those cars, I'm not talking bad of them, but I'm saying if there are some people, let's say we're on a 70-mile-per-hour highway, and in 3 lanes people are driving 50. They're in my way. They don't know what they need to be doing to be on this highway, so they're clogging up that highway, and those of us that can drive 75, we're all jammed up in one lane trying to get past them, and we know what we're doing. These other guys don't. Get off the highway.
It's like beep beep.
Yes.
Get my way, man.
Get out of my way. Let me do what I do, and I'm fine.
Well, okay. I agree with you, definitely. But how do you get those people to realise that, they're hogging the lane and they need to just, move over and stop being silly? How do you get them to do that?
In most cases, you don't. I mean, you just live with it and you finally get past them, and then you look in your rear view because they'll be gone in a few seconds. Okay. But it's just like as an artist. As an artist, you may never have had this happen. But you may have had people who really thought they could sing. And those people who really thought they could sing may have gotten more accolades than you may have. Not to say they were better. They may have hustled. You hustle hard yourself, but they may have.
But everyone has their time, isn't it? So that person may have hustled at that time. Yeah, that's right, time or place. And they hustled, at that time, and they found someone somewhere who believes in them. Not necessarily thinking that they were necessarily a great singer, as you say, but they could see the person had the work ethic, they had the self-motivation, they had the confidence.
Or they would let them be used. They would be used, and they didn't care if somebody was using them. So.
Well, yeah, there is that too. But they were like, okay, this person really is going to do something, and I want to be on their train kind of thing. So let me see if I can help them along.
Or I want to control them because I'm being negative Ned today. I know, but from a business standpoint, if a person wants to take advantage of another person and they know that person has a look, let's say, but they're really not as talented as an Avani may be, and they may say that this person has a different look than Avani, not the beautiful Avani that we're talking about, but they have another person who she may fit the size 5 whatever body style. And she'll just take whatever music they give her and sing it whatever way, and she looks a certain way. They may put their money into that person's and that person may sign their career away and say, hey, I just want to be on TV. So, yeah, you do what you want to do. I'll sign a contract.
Right. Or maybe they don't even realize that's happening and they're just happy to have somebody take an interest in them, innit? So, but you see, like I said, if someone... See, that can happen, or it can be, like you said, you have maybe the better singer or whatever, but again, somebody else decides to try and push that better singer out of the way so that they can come forward.